In practice, you will not find an outright agreement labeled Cartel Agreement or Price-Fixing Agreement. Organizations can come up with creative, convoluted, and complex arrangements and schemes which, on face value, appear to be legal and fair. However, if you scratch the surface, you will find that they actually amount to cartel behavior. So how does a person assess complex schemes to determine the existence of cartel behavior? There are three main elements that you can use to determine the existence of cartel behavior. An agreement or understanding is the first element. For example, BlueSky and WhiteClouds are sole airlines transporting passengers to and from an island. If BlueSky and WhiteClouds both set their ticket prices at $900 without consulting with each other, then this occurred by chance and was determined by market forces. There is no agreement, and so this element would not be satisfied. But if the CEOs of each airline met and agreed that they will not charge passengers less than $900, this agreement would satisfy the first element. That is, there is an agreement or understanding. The second element is that the agreement needs to be between competitors. As BlueSky and WhiteClouds are the sole airlines in the region, they are competitors, and so this requirement would be satisfied. The third element is that the agreement must either be prohibited or have a significant impact on competition. Setting minimum prices is considered price fixing, and this is specifically prohibited. Thus, the third element is also satisfied. As all three elements have been satisfied, we would be able to conclude that the agreement between BlueSky and WhiteClouds amounts to cartel behavior. There are four categories of cartel behavior. The first is price fixing, which was demonstrated by the agreement between BlueSky and WhiteClouds. Output restrictions refers to limits or restrictions on the supply of a product in the market. As prices are determined by supply and demand, interferences or manipulation that reduces supply would ultimately cause prices to increase. Allocating customers, suppliers, or territories is a way to create a sort of monopoly and restrict competition. This means that consumers are not offered choice should they be unsatisfied with product quality or price. And finally, bid rigging is similar to price fixing in that there is collusion between suppliers. Bidding or tendering for contracts is supposed to create competition and result in suppliers who bid the lowest prices to win the contract. Therefore, bid prices are supposed to be kept confidential and not shared between competing suppliers. However, by colluding, suppliers agree to not bid below a certain amount, which inflates bid prices. Further, suppliers decide to divide certain contracts that they would like to win between them and agree on prices for these contracts. Therefore, this gives rise to anti-competitive behavior. To recap, there are three elements which, if satisfied, would indicate the existence of cartel behavior. Further, there are four types or categories of cartel behavior.